Along here for the NBA on 2K Sports, a Sunday broadcast of the NBA. It'll be the Orlando Magic facing off against the Houston Rockets. And now let's head to Houston. We'll be listening in on Kevin Harlan and company for today's broadcast.
Greetings, everyone. Kevin Harlan here alongside my partner, Steve Kerr and Clark Kellogg. Glad to have you join us. It's a great day in Houston. We've got a great crowd assembled here to watch their Rockets. Now brought to you by State Farm, a look at Orlando's starting lineup. Shaquille O'Neal is out there with Grant. Then there's Royal. Then there's Anderson. And it's Hardaway in at the guard position. And for the Rockets, they've got Drexler. Smith is out there with Maxwell. Then there's Ori, and it's Olajuwon in at the 5 down low. And the officials whistle a foul on the shot. The bucket's good. He'll go to the line.
Well, it was an interesting marriage between Shaq and the Celtics a season ago. At times he played brilliantly, and he fit perfectly into the scheme for Boston. But, of course, at this age, he was also beset by injuries frequently as well.
When we talk about Shaq in Boston, he wasn't on the floor as much as he would have liked. They were good when he played. The record was terrific. The one thing he did do, though, is he's done in all of his stops. He really connected with the city of Boston.
Well, he's as personable a guy as you would ever see. I mean, he's got a real neat way about him that connects with fans across all demographics. I mean, that's who Shaq is. He's larger than life, but he's got a personality about as big.
Now let's send it over to Doris Burke, who was able to talk with Kevin McHale.
Kevin, he told me he communicated to his players the need for an unselfish offensive attitude tonight. Sometimes we get caught up trying to do too much as individuals, so I told my guys, the more touches we get every trip, the happier I'll be. Kevin?
Thanks for filling us in there, Doris. Thank you so much. Getting their offense sorted out is the priority here, guys.
And I agree. I mean, a good call, I think. Try to get into a rhythm early and get everybody involved, let everybody touch it, and go from there.
Yes, exactly, Clark. You've got to establish a few different scoring options as soon as possible. Get everyone involved and find that pace, that groove you're looking for as a team.
Here is Olajuwon after Penny Hardaway's bucket. Grant inside. Stolen by Drexler. And here are the Rockets now. 4-point game. And here's Smith. Hit his foot. And the official saying it was kicked. Ellie, he's checked in for Houston. Cassell comes in for Smith. .1:15 left in the first. Drexler, that's good. Drexler's got his second basket of the game.
No prettier shot than the finger roll, smooth and beautiful. It's a joy to see.
Well, the Rockets just barely missed out on making the playoffs a year ago, but they were tough on their home court. They went 25-16 in Houston. See the way he attacked the smaller defender there?
That's what I call know-how. He knows how to use his size.
Cassell, the pass to Ellie. Olajuwon against Shaq. So he gets the whistle. Contact on the way up and 2 shots coming up. Well, Steve, talking about this Houston front office, very forward-thinking. They've got some smart people in there crunching the numbers. Now, a lot of teams are kind of following that same pursuit.
Well, you know, there are no bigger copycats in the world than those in sports, coaches or presidents or general managers, and that does seem to be the trend around the league. I mean, every team looking for an edge, trying to find the right players, right strategies, and measuring success almost on a play-by-play basis, and the Rockets somewhat at the forefront of that kind of movement. And you know what? I think there's some merit to it. I don't want to go overboard with it. You still need the software, if you will. The numbers are the hardware, but the software is the people that can make some of those decisions. And if you got a good blend of both, you can be successful.
That's a nice answer.
The opening was there for a split second, but he didn't get it there in time.
Hardaway with it over Drexler. The first quarter all wrapped up, and it's been an exciting game so far. It's the Magic, up 2.
And they've done a nice job here offensively to establish a rhythm and a pace to this game.
And I like that they're finding ways to score. Playing well here, Steve.
It's more NBA coming your way. And so far, it's been a closely contested game as we get the second quarter up and going. Here's Cassell. This is how the floor looks for the Magic starting the second. We've got Shaw. He's out there with Bowie. Turner is out there with Royal. Here's Cassell. Pass to Ellie. Shot clock at 6. Houston needs to get a shot off with the fadeaway. Maxwell's shot is no good.
Boy, that was way behind the line. Now, he can make that at times.
He certainly is one of the guys that can actually do it from there. Boy, I tell you what, fellas, you know it had to be a very disappointing end to the season last year for Orlando. And they got bounced out of the playoffs by the Hawks in just 6 games.
Cassell, the pass to Ellie. The finger roll finish at the bucket.
As soon as the double team came, he immediately looked to find the open man.
You know, Steve, going back to the playoffs, the Magic lost Game 1 at home. And you think that set the tone for Orlando in the series?
I think so. You know, I think Game 1 almost always sets the tone, and particularly when you lose the first one at home, it puts a little doubt in your mind. I think Atlanta gained a lot of confidence from that victory. Great job taking that one all the way to the hoop.
Yeah, he made the D look non-existent and foolish there.
Here is Shaw. Still looking to get on the scoreboard. Jams it straight down.
You know, for a guy his size, he doesn't play above the rim very often like he did on that slam.
Still got some power behind him, though.
Yeah, I mean, you let him get in close like that, he'll throw one down hard on you.
And now the first timeout called here for the Rockets.
You know, the Rockets have tried to be as efficient as possible acquiring talent on the cheap. I mean, trying to be really economical there. Their whole philosophy has been to acquire undervalued players. Quite possibly their thinking is they can facilitate a trade for a difference maker.
So both teams changing it up here. There's 1:26 left in the first half of basketball. Smith outside. Olajuwon. And Chet comes to help. Here's the 3. Second shot opportunity. Herrera. The rebound by Anderson. Orlando leading. Outside Hardaway. The feather touch on the finger roll. Beautiful. Well, going back to the Rockets and their fiscal discipline. Here's a good guy to talk about this to my side here, Steve Kerr. Some of the former players were, Steve, frustrated by the Rockets' refusal to extend contracts.
Well, you have to be prudent with your decision-making. And when you don't have a great team like Houston, you got to make sound decisions. And I think that's the right way to go. Unless you have a championship team, you can't really extend yourself, because then you tie yourself up and there's no room for improvement.
Now here is Hardaway. Marked down low that time, and he got the 3-second call. The Magic making a switch here. Scott's checked in. There's 31 seconds left now here in the second. Now here is Smith looking for his first bucket of the game. Olajuwon backing down. Releases. Hits the close-range jumper.
And that's what he does. I mean, he takes advantage. If you're going to play poor defense, he's going to get a hoop easily.
Takes it up. Scott can't get it to go. Here's Smith. Can't get it to go. Magic lead by 2.
And it's halftime out in Houston. We got a great one going on there. Glad to have you with us. I'm Damon Bruce. Now it's time for our HP halftime report. Orlando on top against Houston. A dominant offensive display through 2 quarters. They're scoring efficiently. Penny Hardaway off to a good start. He's got 4 points and has contributed with the assists as well. And it's also been a strong start for the Rockets. Phenomenal work on the defensive glass. They're boxing out. They're hauling it in every time. And now back to the game in Houston. Great to have you with us.
Welcome back, everybody. The start of the second half getting underway. Both teams battling hard through the first half. Here's Smith.
You know, the Magic trying some different techniques last year. One was a shadowing drill that helped improve the conditioning of a lot of the Magic players. Basically, two players were tethered, and the offensive guy had to lose the defender. Interesting strategy and way to try to get ready for the season.
And now let's check out the lineups courtesy of Gatorade, all fueled up and ready to go for the second half of basketball. Taking a look at the Rockets, they've got Maxwell. Ori is out there with Drexler. Then it's Olajuwon, and it's Smith in at the point. Clark, you mentioned that drill, and you find that very interesting. I know it paid off as the Magic were one of the better conditioned teams, Steve, in the NBA.
Yeah, before he was traded to Washington, Rashard Lewis remarked that that drill in particular kind of lets you see who wanted it and who didn't on that roster. Just a very, very exhaustive exercise.
Knocked away and stolen by Scott. Gathers. Rebound by Smith. Rockets trail. Drexler dishes to Smith. Passes it to Maxwell. Guarded now by Shaq for the lead. And the basket by Maxwell.
Yeah, he's always going to pull the trigger when you give him that kind of look.
Here is Shaw. Still looking to get on the scoreboard. Off the pick. And he dunks it after the pick frees him up.
Hey, don't let that size deceive you now. He can get to the rim as good as anybody.
Well, he doesn't mess around once he gets there, that's for sure.
Now, guys, he loves to throw it down with some style.
Now a timeout called by Houston.
Well, the Rockets, like a lot of Western teams, really took advantage of their schedule versus the Eastern Conference. They went 18-12 versus Eastern Conference foes.
For the Rockets, Ellie comes in for Maxwell, and it's Cassell in for Smith. The Magic also changing it up. Anderson comes in for Bowie. Hardaway is subbed in for Shaw. Cassell, guarded by Hardaway. Cassell, the pass to Ellie. The pass to Drexler. Guarded by Hardaway. Just 5 on the clock. Cassell kicks to Drexler. Bangs home the trifecta. Drexler's got 5 points in the quarter. And the Rockets playing against the East. You just told us those nice records, those nice wins they had. They really took advantage of that club.
Yeah, they did. The Eastern Conference is tough at the top, but it still has probably almost twice as many bad.
And he puts it down with authority. Spite slam Cam for another angle.
Yes, indeedy. Boy, I love that one. That's not just any plain dunk. That has some panache to it.
That's an energizer, guys. That is an energizer.
That is, and that will lift the whole team up.
59 seconds left to play here in the third. Hardaway against Cassell. Here's Ellie. Pass to Cassell. 6 on the shot clock. Ellie against Scott from about 19 feet. Can't get it to go. The Magic the other way. Hardaway kicks to Shaq. Goes up. And so he draws the foul on the shot. A trip to the line to shoot 2.
It's good defense. Don't let a guy get a lay-in, foul hard, and send him to the free throw line.
Yeah, I like that billboard there. Sending a message. You can't come in here and get anything free in our paint.
Looking at who's out there now for the Rockets. Herrera's checked in for Olajuwon, and it's Maxwell in for Drexler. Here's Maxwell, and he finishes on the layup. He's got 5.
Strong move against a much bigger defender.
Yeah, he's definitely giving up a few inches, all right, Steve, but didn't seem to bother him.
Grant with a screen on Cassell. Hardaway backing down. Straight up. Shot's good by Shaq. Shaq's got 6 points in the quarter.
He always gets the ball in the right spot down there, Kevin, because he excels at doing his work early and establishing that position inside.
And as we finish the third quarter, it's still close. Both teams trading baskets. Really an incredible game from Shaquille O'Neal.
Not a whole lot the defense can do because he's showing the entire repertoire down on the block.
Yeah, he sure is. It's been a post-move clinic down there from him so far. I mean, you think they'll keep feeding him the ball just because he's been so effective down there.
Now as we get going here in the fourth, let's send it over to Doris Burke for our Sprite Spark.
And Kevin, for that great stretch the Magic put together, they get the Sprite Spark Award. Things fell for them in a big way in the third quarter, and that's when they took control of this basketball game. We'll see if they can keep things going their way to end this thing.
Terrific stuff, Doris. Thank you. That was quite a run they had, Clark.
Yeah, I tell you what, Kevin, scoring bursts like that often tell the story, really. I mean, it's a no-brainer.
And that's been the case today. I mean, that's what you'd have to point to, I think, is the defining moment in this ballgame.
Fourth quarter on the floor for the Magic. Grant is out there with Scott. Then there's Shaquille O'Neal. Then there's Hardaway. And it's Anderson in at the shooting guard. The free throw drops for Grant. Here's Smith. Drexler outside. Kicks it to Olajuwon. Shaq on him. Goes up on the high post. And it's Orlando with the rebound.
They've got to be careful. They can't give him that much room because at that range, he'll make you pay.
Back to Hardaway. Now Smith defending. Hardaway kicks to Anderson. Here's Grant. Olajuwon grabs the miss. Rockets trail by 5. And Shaq comes to help. Stolen by Anderson. From about 16. Scott can't get it to go. O'Neal gets the reach-in call. That's foul number 2 for him.
They may have to play a little less aggressively on defense because one more foul and they're in the penalty.
Well, see, you can be aggressive, but you just can't put your hands on folks. You got to move your feet.
Anderson against Drexler. Defended by Anderson. They get it back. Magic leading by 5. Outside Hardaway. Grant dishes to Anderson. 18 feet away. Shot misses. And the Rockets going the other way now. Drexler right side. He passes to Orr. Feeds it to Smith. And there's the rejection. And the Magic with possession. Scott the pass to Anderson. Hardaway against Smith. Smith against Hardaway. Rocket 6. Anderson kicks to Grant. And you can count it. He'll go to the line with a chance to make it 3.
Looking to close this game out strong here.
Yeah, this one will be put away if they can get just a few more buckets and put it on ice.
Olajuwon's checked in for the Rockets. Maxwell comes in for Ellie.
Talk about a clutch free throw, Kev. That one just might have sealed the game.
They need this one. Another miss by Houston. Clark, the possibility here of pushing their lead to double digits.
And psychologically, I think that would give them
They got on this roll a while ago, and they just haven't looked back.
That's probably going to do it. They are just putting this team away.
Steve, I thought they caught fire just at the right time, blowing this one wide open as the clock winds down.
Here's Smith. Smooth as silk on the finger roll.
Brought back the finger roll. That's a nice finesse move to pull off with the defense all over it.
Oh, missed it.
There's a lot of contact there. Good call.
You know, he bothered his shot, but he still got a pair of free throws out of it.
Gets the first. That'll give him a 9-point lead. That's also good, so he hits both free throws.
Huge free throws there, Kevin. He just put this game out of reach.
And the miss. And so it's Orlando taking this one by a big margin. You know, Clark, every team has a bad night, and these guys might want to watch the tape of this game the next time they have a bad night to remind themselves how dominant they can be.
Well, this is one of those dream-like games for a coach.
Well, that'll do it for us. For Clark Kellogg, Steve Kerr, and Doris Burke, Kevin Harlan saying so long. And as we end the game, we bring you our Jordan Player of the Game.